Story 1. Confronting the Haunted Horizon. In the calm of a warm summer evening, 6 friends embarked on a sea adventure that would forever haunt their memories. Among them were Sarah, Mark, Alex, Emily, David, and Lily. Eager to escape the monotony of life, they set sail on a luxurious yacht, ready for a night of laughter and camaraderie. As the yacht sailed farther from the shore, the horizon stretched into a vast expanse of darkness. The gentle lull of the waves and the shimmering starlit sky provided a sense of serenity. However, the tranquility was short-lived as the group realized they had lost track of their location. Panic set in when they realized the yacht was out of fuel, leaving them adrift in the open sea. With desperation clinging to their hearts, they made a difficult decision to jump into the water and swim toward a distant light on the horizon. The churning waves carried them closer to an unexpected discovery, a colossal cruise ship, standing like a towering beacon in the night. Clinging to each other's hope, they managed to board the eerie vessel. The ship seemed deserted, its corridors silent and dimly lit. Oddly, the air was chilled, even though the night was warm. The group split into pairs to explore the ship's vast labyrinth of halls and cabins. Emily's heart raced as she and Mark ventured into the heart of the ship. The walls seemed to whisper secrets, and shadows danced in the corners of her vision. In another part of the ship, David and Lily stumbled upon a grand ballroom, adorned with faded elegance. Lily's laughter echoed as they danced a phantom waltz, but unease lingered beneath their smiles. Meanwhile, Sarah and Alex found themselves in the ship's opulent dining hall. The tables were set for a grand feast, but the air was heavy with an inexplicable sadness. As they turned to leave, a chilling gust swept through the room, extinguishing the candles in a sinister gust. As the group reconvened, their shared experiences confirmed their growing fears. The cruise was not as abandoned as it seemed. Whispers of ghostly apparitions and mournful cries began to fill the air. Panic turned to dread as they realized they were trapped on a ship haunted by the souls of its former passengers. Each encounter with the ghostly figures intensified their terror. Faces of the departed flashed in mirrors, and mournful voices echoed through empty corridors. Emily's heartache was palpable as she heard the distant sobbing of a ghostly child. Sarah and Alex witnessed a spectral couple locked in a waltz, their eyes devoid of life yet brimming with sorrow. Haunted by the chilling spectacles around them, the group clung to the hope of escape. In their frantic search for a way off the ship, they discovered a hidden chamber containing a collection of old journals. The journals recounted the tragic tales of those who had perished on the ship, victims of a terrible accident decades ago. Driven by the desperation to survive, they pieced together the mysteries of the ship's history. They uncovered the truth of a fateful night when the cruise had collided with a massive iceberg, leading to the loss of countless lives. The lingering spirits, trapped within the ship's walls, sought solace and release. Armed with the revelation from the old journals, the group huddled together in the ship's dimly lit chamber, their hearts pounding in anticipation. The weight of the task ahead hung heavily in the air, their voices barely above a whisper as they discussed the plan. Emily's fingers trembled as she held the old journal, its pages filled with tales of tragedy and sorrow. Guided by the ghost's subtle hints, they gathered candles, salt, and incense to create a makeshift altar in the center of the room. Sarah and Alex carefully arranged the items, their hands steady despite the adrenaline surging through their veins. Lily and David silently traced the intricate symbols they had learned from the journals onto the floor, creating a protective barrier against the otherworldly forces they were about to confront. As the preparations took shape, the room seemed to resonate with an otherworldly energy, an eerie anticipation of the confrontation to come. The flickering candlelight cast dancing shadows on the walls, creating an atmosphere that blurred the lines between reality and the supernatural. With the altar ready, the group gathered around it, their hands intertwined as they closed their eyes and focused their intent. Emily's voice quivered as she recited the words she had discovered in the journal, her voice carrying the weight of countless souls seeking redemption. The words were ancient and haunting, resonating with power that extended beyond the realm of the living. Their voices unified, the group chanted the incantation, their collective energy invoking the presence of the lingering spirits. The air grew charged with a palpable tension as they felt the room shift around them. Whispers and echoes surrounded them, carrying the voices of those who had suffered and perished on the ship. As the chant reached its crescendo, a chilling gust swept through the room, extinguishing the candles for a moment before reigniting them with an otherworldly blue flame. The group's hearts raced as they sensed a shift in the air, an undeniable presence taking form before them. And there it was, the malevolent entity that had fueled the ship's haunting. A spectral figure emerged from the shadows, its form shifting and contorting as if torn between its desire for vengeance and the growing power of the ritual. Its eyes glowed with an unholy light, fixated on the group with a malevolence that chilled their souls. As the tension reached its zenith, the group held their ground, their unity bolstering their courage. Emily's voice, now unwavering, called out to the entity, her words infused with a mixture of determination and empathy. She spoke of the pain, the tragedy, and the centuries of suffering that had bound the spirits to the ship. The room seemed to tremble as the entity's struggle intensified, its form flickering in and out of existence. The confrontation reached a climactic crescendo, the clash between the living and the supernatural energies creating a chaotic maelstrom of emotions and power. In the midst of this otherworldly battle, a brilliant light enveloped the room, blinding the group momentarily. As the light faded, the entity's form wavered, its malevolence diminishing. The group's combined efforts had weakened its hold, and the specter's visage began to dissolve like smoke carried away by the wind. The room fell into a heavy silence as the entity vanished, its malevolent presence replaced by an eerie calmness. The group's breaths came in ragged gasps, their faces reflecting a mix of relief, disbelief, and exhaustion. The ritual had succeeded, and the ship was no longer a vessel of torment. As the group embraced each other, their bodies still trembling from the ordeal, a faint warmth spread through the room, a whisper of gratitude from the spirits they had liberated. Their collective efforts had offered solace to the tormented souls, allowing them to find peace at last. With the ordeal behind them, the group made their way back to the yacht, the sun's first rays painting the horizon with hues of gold and pink. The ocean's expanse stretched before them, serene and unmarred. As they sailed back toward the shore, the haunting memories of that fateful night remained, a testament to their unbreakable bond and their ability to conquer the darkness, even in the face of the unknown. Story 2. Eternal Voyage. In a quaint coastal town, Mark and Lily stumbled upon a ticket beneath their door, an invitation to an exclusive cruise vacation. Intrigued by the enigmatic gesture, they decided to embark on this unexpected adventure. Little did they know, their journey would plunge them into a chilling mystery that would unravel in ways they could never have foreseen. The cruise ship stood tall against the moonlit horizon, its silhouette shrouded in an air of mystique. Mark and Lily boarded, greeted by a small group of fellow travelers who had also received similar invitations. As the ship set sail, they exchanged curious glances, sensing an unspoken camaraderie born of their shared circumstances. The first night was a grand celebration, with a lavish banquet and entertainment that masked the lingering sense of curiosity. Among the guests was an enigmatic figure, Captain Renfield, who seemed to possess an air of authority that extended beyond his role as host. His sharp gaze often landed on Mark and Lily, making them wonder if their presence had been intentionally orchestrated. As days turned into nights, Mark and Lily explored the ship, discovering hidden corridors and forgotten chambers. A sense of unease crept over them as they encountered crew members who seemed to appear and vanish without a trace. Whispers echoed in the hallways, rumors of a tragedy that had befallen the ship's previous voyage. The once cheerful atmosphere began to shift, replaced by an underlying tension that was impossible to ignore. One evening, as the ship sailed through dense fog, Mark and Lily stumbled upon an old, locked door. Their curiosity got the better of them, and they managed to pry it open, revealing a forgotten library filled with dusty books and aged documents. Among them was a journal written by a passenger from the ill-fated voyage, detailing strange occurrences and eerie sightings. As they delved deeper into the journal's pages, they learned of a powerful artifact said to be hidden somewhere on the ship, an artifact that was believed to be the source of the haunting. The journal's author had embarked on a quest to uncover its location, only to vanish without a trace. Mark and Lily's excitement was tainted by a growing sense of dread. The cruise that had promised relaxation had transformed into a labyrinth of secrets and mysteries. Every shadow seemed to hold a whisper, every creak of the ship a haunting melody. Their fellow guests appeared equally captivated by the enigma, their faces etched with a mixture of fascination and fear. One fateful night, as the ship sailed under a full moon, Mark and Lily found themselves drawn to the ship's bow, overlooking the dark expanse of the sea. A subtle tremor ran through the vessel, and suddenly, a haunting tune filled the air, a haunting tune that seemed to beckon them towards a distant island shrouded in mist. Driven by an inexplicable compulsion, they joined a group of fellow passengers and followed the eerie melody, their steps guided by a force they could not resist. As they reached the island's shore, the melody grew louder, enveloping them in an otherworldly trance. In the heart of the mist, they discovered an ancient altar, adorned with the very artifact mentioned in the journal. It was here that they encountered Captain Renfield once again, his eyes gleaming with an unearthly intensity. He revealed the truth: he was the embodiment of the ship's haunted legacy, a spectral guardian bound to the artifact's power. The cruise had been a means to lure souls, seeking their help to break the curse that had trapped him for centuries. In a heart-wrenching revelation, Captain Renfield confessed that only by returning the artifact to its rightful place could he find release. Mark and Lily faced an impossible choice: leave the artifact and escape the haunting, or stay and aid the tormented captain. With heavy hearts, they made their decision. As the artifact was returned to its altar, the island trembled, and a blinding light engulfed them. When their vision cleared, they found themselves back on the ship, its once ominous atmosphere now replaced by a sense of tranquility. The ship sailed on, its course no longer dictated by a cursed past. Captain Renfield was finally free, his spirit released from the shackles of time. Mark and Lily watched as the mist-shrouded island faded from view, a chapter of mystery and magic forever etched in their memories. And so, the cruise that had promised an escape became a journey into the unknown, a tale of secrets and specters that defied the boundaries of reality. The couple's vacation had transformed into an unforgettable odyssey, forever intertwining their fates with the haunting echoes of the past.